All right, so in this video, I'm going over how to create meta ad creatives, right? So the goal here is to build scroll stopping ads that get high intent leads. So we need to know what works best for your business, right? Pattern interrupt ads. These ads are ads that look just like a mistake, a breaking news alert or something totally out of the blue. They look like a post. They don't look like, the generic ads that you always see. And they make people stop scrolling so that they can read your hook in the ad copy later on, right? So we will only focus on this method because it's fast, it works, and it's what you do best. And it's easy and simple to follow. So step one is to get 3 different background photos, right? So we need 3 different pictures for your 3 different ads. And these pictures should be simple and high contrast, right? The pictures should have no words, and ideally they should be authentic, coming from like your camera roll or something like that. Ideally no stock images. So picture type number 1 is on the tools. So what that is a person actually doing the service for a client, right? For example, plumber fixing a pipe, nurse checking a patient, agent pulling up a just sold sign, a dentist working with a patient inspecting their teeth, etc. Picture 2 is a portrait. So a simple, clear picture of the business owner's face, right? Owner smiling at the camera. As an example, owner looking at a desk seriously, right? And owner standing in front of their branded van, right? As an example. Cool. Now picture 3 is something unique about the industry. So what that is something unique or strange about the business industry. So a close-up of a very dirty filter as an example. If you're a plumber, a picture of a complex medical machine if you're in healthcare, and a picture of a house if you're in real estate. And ideally, we want it to be something unique and different compared to what you would usually see, right? So once you have those 3 different photos, then we can move on to the next step, which is to set it up in Canva, which is like the look, right? So the look of the ad is what it makes it stop the scroll. So it must look different from everything else, not like those generic template ads that you see. So we need to pick a size, which we'll do square only, meaning it can go on every single placement on Facebook and Instagram, whether that's on the feed, on stories, on marketplace, on reels, right? So we want to open Canva and create a custom size of 1080 by 1080, right? That is the square 1-to-1 size for the feed. Or we can use the square pillow template for a simple square design, right? So we're only making square ads just for simplicity. No need to do, portrait or like, landscape ads at all. We'll just stick with square. So if you haven't already, make a free Canva account. It's free. You don't have to do the paid version, especially for this, right? So what we want to do is once you're in and you've made an account, hit create. And then let's search up square pillow. As you can see, I already preloaded it and I'm going to click square pillow, right? I'm going to name this meta ad creatives, right? And then imagine you had your 3 photos, but I'll just have to get stock images just for the sake of this video. And you can see, so I already did this. So this will be my picture 1, which is on the tools, right? Dentist on the tools. I'll add in a second one, which is a portrait of the owner, right? And then number 3 is something unique, which is this like teeth whitening thing with dentists. Like imagine seeing this on an ad, right? Like you wouldn't think it's an ad. So then what we want to do is build the 9 pattern interrupts, right? The stop. So we need to combine every picture with every different pattern interrupt. So the picture itself should have no words, right? So pretty much you want to make these 9 ads with the different variations, 3 times 3, right? So the 3 different ones is the red circle ad, the red hour ad, and the breaking news look. So this gives you 9 ads to test, and testing is how you find the winner. So if I go back to Canva here, what I'll do is I will go ahead and duplicate this page, right? Twice. So I have 3 different ads here, right? So I'm going to go to elements and let's search up frame. Let's go this one here, right? So we have a circle frame and this is the red circle one. So we need to go on stroke style. Let's make this like 20 and we need to change the stroke color into red because that's what stands out. And if your photo, like your background photo is really red, then you can pick another color. I would usually go white as the other one, right? But here, clearly I want red. So what we need to do for this red circle ad is we need to think about what our industry has uniquely, right? So with dentists, we work on teeth. So what we want to do is go ahead on photos and search up dental teeth, right? As an example. And let's have a look. Okay, I don't really like these ones. Let's go teeth x-ray, dental teeth x-ray. Perfect. This would look good. So what I need to do is drag it in there and you'll be able to see the teeth, right? Actually, I like this one better. That doesn't float my boat as much. What about this one here? Nope. Let's try. Let's go teeth close up. X-ray. Okay, maybe let's just go with this. Cool. So as you can see, this is the ad creative here, right? We need to make sure it's very clear. So maybe something like this. And this can be random. There's no exact spot to do it. We just want to make this look like a pattern interrupt. So that's pretty much the ad, right? And I want to make this a bit thicker, actually, with a stroke. Cool. So as you can see, it's a very unique ad. It doesn't even look like an ad. And this is your ad creative, right? For the red circle. Because it's a dental, and this would target patients and they'll be like, hang on, what is this? And get them interested, and then they'll read your ad copy later on. So that's the red circle ad, right? The red arrow ad. We have to go to elements here and let's search up red arrow. Spelled that wrong. And I like the ones with shadow or something like this, right? Cool. I'll just rotate it and just make it real obvious what I'm trying to do here, right? So this is literally the ad. I know it looks weird and it probably haven't seen much of these ads before, but trust me, it works. And there's no point trying to do all these fancy ad creatives. This is the ad itself. And then the third one we want is the breaking news look, right? So I'll just go on to Meta Ad Creative, like Canva, and search up breaking news. And this is perfect. I'll just put it at the bottom right corner here, just like that. And that is the ad, right? So we have our red circle ad, we have our red arrow ad, and then the breaking news ad with just this one background photo. So I'll go ahead and do the same with the rest, as you can see. Let me just duplicate all of these. And you can play around. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, right? But I'll just copy this by, I'm on Mac, I'm click Command C, and I'm just going to paste it here, right? And we could run something like this. Boom. Let's put it here. Cool. So that's the red circle ad, the red arrow ad. We want to point it at something. And again, like it doesn't make sense. And that's the beauty of it. That's why it works so well. But we can just do something like this, right? And the other thing we can do too is for it to make more sense, right? Like we can do something like this. So we combine the red circle and the red arrow ad. But for now, for the sake of the video, I am just going to point it at the machine here. And again, if your ad is like your background photo is already red, then the red might not be easy to see. So you can pick a different color, right? So for this, because this lady's wearing pink, I'm going to actually, no, I can see it quite well. That's fine. Cool. So that's that one. And then I'm going to go ahead and copy the breaking news ad and put it here. Done, right? And then let's do the same for the unique ad. Cool. We could probably put it here, something like this. Cool. And then the arrow, it's pointed obviously at the white teeth over here, like this. And then breaking news, let's just copy and paste it again. Cool. That's our 9 ads, right? So cool. So step 4 is quality check. Check your ad with these 3 simple tests. So if it fails, then change the visual first, right? So the 3-foot test. So can we see the visual pattern interrupt clearly from an arm's length, right? Looking at it, yes, we can. Cool. The arrow's very clear. Breaking news, red circle. Yeah, cool. Blink test. Does the visual make you stop in 1 second, right? Like actually just look. Doesn't look like an ad to me. It looks kind of out of the blue, bit weird, but that's the point. This is scroll stopping. And then mobile first, right? Is the visual clear and simple? Does it have any words? Nope, it doesn't. We followed the steps and we're all good. So step 5 is export. So the visual will stop the scroll and the copy will sell the click and the copy will be written in a different module, right? So next step is to export your 9 ads as a PNG or a JPEG, right? JPEG's usually easier, and then name them clearly, right? Cool. So what I'm going to do is click share and then hit download, right? PNG suggested. Okay. I'm going to go with what Canva suggests. Select 1 to 9 pages. Yup. Click download. Cool. So it finished downloading. As you can see here, I'm opening my downloads. So it should come in a zip. I'm going to open it. It should come as a folder and we see the 9 ads there labeled 1 to 9. So that is how you make scroll stopping meta ad creatives. I'll see you in the next one.